Hello everybody and welcome back to Letterbox Book Club. My name is Claire.
And I'm Mackenzie.
And today we will be discussing Flawless by Elsie Silvers, a TikTok book sensation, I guess.
It's also the number one book in the Chestnut Springs series.
Okay. Is it because it's the first? Because I'd be very concerned if we've just skipped right into any sort of prequel stuff.
Yeah, I said Chestnut Springs number one. It's number one book.
Oh, the way I interpreted it was like number one as in the highest ranking. Like an idiot.
Yeah, no. I said that funny, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's my bad. Alrighty, whenever you're ready, Kenzie, we can kick on with the blurb or description, whatever you have.
The rules were simple. Keep my hands off his daughter and stay out of trouble. But now I'm stuck with her, and there's only one bed. And well, rules are made to be broken. I'm the face of professional bull riding, the golden boy. Or at least I was, until it all blew up in my face. Now my agent says I have to clean up my image, so I'm stuck with his ball-busting daughter for the rest of the season as my full-time supervision. But I don't need a goddamn babysitter, especially one with skin-tight jeans, a sexy smirk, and a mouth she can't stop running, and a mouth I can't stop thinking about. Because Summer isn't just another conquest. She sees the man behind the mask and she doesn't run. She pulls me closer even when she shouldn't. She says this means nothing. I say this means everything. She says there are boundaries we shouldn't cross, that my reputation can't take any more hits, and neither can her damaged heart. I say I'm going to steal it anyway.
Love it.
Woody whoop boop 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 boop.
What? I beg your finest pardon? Was that?
I don't know, just thought I needed a sound effect there.
Fair enough. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Kenzie, go!
I really want to DNF this book.
Oh, what?
And just, I just thought it was going to be silly cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
But I loved this book. I really enjoyed it. This book, I feel like, changed my life. This book touched me in ways I've not been touched before.
Jesus Christ.
I'm a country gal, you know. I love country stuff. I love horses. I love the hats, the boots, the Wrangler jeans. I love everything about it. I love touch her and you'll die kind of vibes. I loved everything about this. Yeah. I have a couple of qualms.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Yes, but I loved this book.
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Yeah, you love the country aesthetic.
Yeah.
Alrighty, my thoughts, feelings, and emotions. I also really enjoyed this book. I was very worried that it was going to be another throttled or collided sort of scenario where it's just vulgar and it's, oh, don't fuck him, but then you end up fucking him anyway because, of course, they do, etc. But no, it had... I feel like the dialogue was a bit more, like, natural. I feel like there was natural progression. Like, even though it's fiction, you still want a level of believability, and I believed Summer and Rhett, how do you say his name?
Rhett,
their relationship and
it's like Gone with the Wind.
Oh, I'm not very familiar with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, and the dialogue felt believable and not too, like... It's not too fiction meta, you know. There was a bit of genuine banter. Yeah, and I loved that there were deeper, meaningful conversations and issues between each characters. Like, Rhett, for the most part, has post-career anxiety, and Summer herself has a current career crisis going on. Like, yeah, they're just real people living out in the country aesthetic, and it was just great. I loved it, and I don't know how accurate it is in terms of the bull riding experience, but it was a vibe, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I want to watch bull riding now.
I've seen bull riding on TV a couple times. It is pretty gnarly, but yeah, and seamless trope additions as well. Of course, we'll get into a few of them a bit later.
Yes.
Very interesting character backgrounds, especially for Summer, and then her relationship with other people. It's crazy, but I loved it, and it just fits so well. That's it from me.
That's it. And that's all, everyone. Bye.
Alright, goodbye. No, Kenzie, what are your qualms? I'm very curious.
My qualms are cock and pussy.
Of course. Okay. Instant 0 stars.
Instant 0 stars. I don't know.
That was it. Just the cock and the pussy.
Yeah, cock just feels so aggressive.
Yeah. I get that.
But that's fine.
No other qualms? Oh, sorry, I forgot to add, it was an incredibly easy read, smashed it out in a couple of sessions. Yeah, I don't know how else to define it, like, simple is too simple of a term to describe this book, but it is very easy to get into. Alright, and I had a thought-provoking idea, perhaps, for you, Kenzie. So, how do I put this, though? It's about Summer and her prior relationship, or her ex, I guess, her relationship with Rob, who turns out to have been her doctor and her cardiac doctor in her teenage years, blah, 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 and they had, I don't know, what would you say, on and off flings or hookups or whatever. It was never truly defined.
Yeah, but he's also grooming her.
Yeah, but here's my...
And then he married her sister.
yeah, but here's my thing. She's almost, in a way, though very much more of an adult and more... I wouldn't say it's appropriate either, but like she's fallen almost into the same path of, blurring the lines between professionalism because...
No,
I know it's different.
I disagree wholeheartedly.
I was just thinking about the entire time, but then,
No, I disagree wholeheartedly. It's completely different.
Yeah, that's... I mean, yeah, well,
that's
to be fair...
very victim-blamey of you.
Kenzie, I'm just seeing a pattern of behaviour here. Alright.
She was groomed.
I know it was groomed. Yeah, I know she was groomed from the very beginning, and that's entirely not her fault. Yeah. But like, yeah.
And I would beg to argue that her heart isn't in this job, so she doesn't know where that line is, like professionally. And also, again, Rhett started it.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
Also, kind of reminiscent of a doctor friend, but anyway.
No, her doctor friend was grooming her. Her doctor friend.
I know.
See, okay, there's no position of power really between Rhett and Summer, like whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, but Rob was her doctor when she was a minor, and he just waited for her to be 18, and then they hooked up, and it was a secret the whole time, and so like he was in a position of power over her, and also not to mention the fact that he literally saved her life, so she feels like she owes him.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
This is the hill I die on.
That's okay, and I understand, but like, I don't know, maybe I just forgot about the whole... I just saw the similarities of it.
You forgot about the position of power aspect?
Yes, I genuinely forgot about the position of power aspect. Leave me alone.
So, shall we get into it?
We shall get into the plotty plot. Let's go.
Summer is an adult. I don't think it ever mentions how old she is. Anyway, but
she's 25. 32.
Oh, and Rhett's 32. Yummy. Summer, her father is a sports agent. I don't really understand what this person is.
Just PR? I don't know.
Yeah, a PR agent. And Rhett, this is really fun. This is what I loved about this. There was a video that was leaked about Rhett saying that he hates milk. And one of his biggest sponsors is like a dairy company or whatever, and he grew up on a dairy farm, and he comes from like a country town. So, and not to mention he just has like one night stands, like he fucks buckle bunnies all the time. There's like a few months until the season of bull riding is over, and Kip, Summer's dad, decides that Rhett needs a babysitter, and so he sends his daughter Summer, who has just completed law school.
Mm-hmm.
So he sends his daughter Summer to be Rhett's babysitter, essentially. Yeah, pretty much the rule is like don't let him in your pants.
Which is very Ella Throttled and all those types of things.
Yeah, let's get his image rehabilitated, etc. I thought that this was going to be like a fake dating situation.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I thought that they were like going to pretend to be dating to like get his image like wholesome and stuff.
Because she's such a put together sort of person with drive and intelligence and everything, like her alongside him alone would have propped him up to being wholesome and not a fuckboy, like he's capable of settling down, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thought never crossed my mind, but that's very interesting you say that.
And then so Summer moves out to like the ranch with him, and then they're traveling, going to all these rodeo tournaments. I don't know what they are.
Rodeo events, yeah, I guess.
Anyway, bull riding events. But Rhett is injured, and he won't let on to how injured he is. He has like a shoulder injury. Yeah.
Yeah, such a strain. It's a brutal sport, and yeah, not entirely injured, but severely strained and has issues. And he doesn't take care of himself, which reminds me of that other book. Was it American Romantic Experiment? The surfer guy. He just wouldn't do his fucking therapy. Yeah, he wouldn't do his rehab, and no wonder why his knee's fucked. And like the same with Rhett in this sort of thing, or at least the men in these books, they're a professional athlete to some capacity, and they're not even recovering properly or taking care of themselves. Frustrating.
And he's won the gold buckle twice, and he has millions and millions of dollars. So his family, he has 2 brothers.
Yeah, 2 brothers and a sister.
And his family, all the men, his dad and his brothers want him to quit. His sister is sort of supportive. His mum died in childbirth with his sister. His sister and him have like a phone conversation, and I thought she was going to be more of like a main player in this book, but she wasn't. She was off screen the whole time, off page. She might pop up in the other books.
Maybe.
Yeah, which I'm going to start the next one tonight.
I've read like the first couple of sentences.
Oh yeah, because I'm hooked.
You're hooked. Love that, yeah. And that's just one thing that I kind of want to bring up before we continue is with the side characters in this book, I think this is done much better than the likes of the Throttled world, and same with, dare I say, like the Icebreaker world, because they're not major players in this main book, but and that gives us opportunity to learn more deeper, meaningful, less than surface level information about them in their other books. Like, for example, if Violet ever gets a book, I'm sure we'll learn more deep stuff about her. But I know for a fact the next book is about Cade and Willa, and because they've had interactions in this book, but we don't learn so much deep information about them through Summer and or Rhett. So it'll be nice to go into the next books without having to like rehash old information that we've already
I like
grown
that
accustomed
you
to.
can just read the other ones and you don't necessarily have to know all these characters, etc.
And everyone has such a different sort of occupation, because Cade, he just works on the ranch, I think, most of the time, full time, and he's raising his son as a single dad. So it's very different lifestyle compared to Rhett. Whereas like Icebreaker, in that world, you got a group of 5 or 6 hockey players, and they're all kind of, though exploring different aspects of college life, but their main interest is hockey, and that's more things that we've already known, etc. So I'm very interested to see how different and separated these characters are going to be from this main book as well. Yeah. I think it's going to be great.
I think I read somewhere as well that the next one is like 5 years later or something.
Oh, like the third one or the second one?
I don't know.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I'm going to check that. I might be making something up, but I'll check that.
Start the room, Mackenzie. Just do it.
Yeah. I read it on the internet. It must be true.
Of course. The internet would never lie.
Chestnut Springs series. Oops, I just looked up chestnuts.
So, yeah, Summer starts living on the ranch. We get to know a little bit more about Rhett's brothers and their livelihood, lifestyle on the ranch, what they do, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, there's like a novella as well.
Oh, cool.
There's 5 books and a little novella. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, they're all about... Oh, cool. All the different people.
Good.
I like the covers with the real people on them. That's fun.
Yeah, when I went and bought the second book, I saw on the Kindle, no, was it Goodreads? I must have seen it on Goodreads, yeah, the people cover. And not the pinky aesthetic colour that we saw in Kmart the other day, yeah.
Yeah, which makes teenagers go for them.
But I don't know, I kind of...
Oh, I reckon the next one's going to be saucy.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I think I prefer the version that we saw in Kmart, the writing and the colours. Although...
I do like the writing. Aesthetically, I like the colours.
Yeah, aesthetically, I hate real life people photo shoot covers on books.
Because I like to imagine my own version of the character.
That's shadows and vibes.
It's shadows and vibes, but like now I'll just imagine the people.
Yeah, tall guy with long hair.
And it's like, who are these people? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
What are you doing now?
Exactly. But I've noticed that a lot of other sort of books have that same sort of aesthetic where it's very white and it has a prominent colour, whether it be pink, green or blue. There's multiple big series or multi-universe books that are of that similar aesthetic, and it's getting a little old, but yeah, I'm a sucker for the simplicity of
Yeah.
it. So, yeah, Summer is just instructed, to babysit and manage Rhett's image, and they go out and about a few times on the town, living life. Yeah, going to rodeo events, and we learn more deeper background information about Summer and how she was sick when she was growing up, having heart issues.
Oh, this is another one of my qualms, to her heart issues, and she has, like, her scar, etc.
Okay.
How I hated how Rhett was like, she's so brave, she's so strong, like, she doesn't hide her scar, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that's insinuating that, like...
She has been hiding?
Yeah, or, like, on some degree, like, you should be ashamed, or, like, you should hide your scar, but, like, she's so brave that, like, she is showing it, like...
But because I'm validating you in a romantic way,
Yeah.
like, it's...
Yeah.
Ooh, I didn't think of it like that. I did... Like, I feel like he didn't really have to mention it, like, as a character description from his point of view, seeing it for the first time and being, like, surprised, or maybe even a little bit shocked, because, you know, they haven't had that deep conversation or anything yet. But, yeah, I agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
And I like Summer as a character. She's pretty badass.
Yeah.
She's very quick-witted. She, again, I suppose she's a survivor in her own right, and, she's not taking any bullshit, and live every day like it's your last. What's the line that they say, that she says, or the motto that she...
If these were your last moments, would you be happy? Or, like, what would you want to do?
Yeah, that's such a wonderful, like, messaging as well, and she is definitely the embodiment of it. Alright, we can dive into a little bit of, Summer's backstory as a whole. She was a product of infidelity, and that has caused strain amongst her relationship with her stepmother and her stepsister. Or more so, her stepmother's really the one driving the wedge between them.
Yeah, she's always made it, like, known.
Yeah, and always very, I guess, bitter and resentful about that. So, Summer's biological mother...
Was the nanny
of their life, because obviously they're rich lives and they have nannies and stuff, and then of course the husband has to have a little fiddle with the nanny. Yeah, so she was from a different country, and I think she's just gone back, or from somewhere else. So essentially has abandoned Summer just with her father, Kip. And she has a very loving relationship with her father because he was there for her through all her medical issues, etc., etc. And she feels like she owes him, and that's why she stays in this job, because she feels like...
because he stayed with her through all her surgeries and her illness and everything. Like, he stayed in hospital with her.
Yeah, and she has that sort of, people-pleasery sort of mindset towards it, and she feels, this huge obligation to prioritise this as her life, even though she does not have her heart fully in it. And as we discussed in the beginning, as she was receiving treatment for her heart surgery, she was groomed by her doctor at the time, and which led to, when she was of age, it doesn't really go into much detail, which is kind of great, but it's obviously insinuated that they were hooking up on and off and in secret. And then later on, we find out that Winter is married to this guy, which causes obviously more strain.
Then we find out as well that Winter is pregnant.
Yes. It was like bombshell after bombshell after bombshell.
Yeah.
I was really vibing with that.
Yeah, I was like, nice.
Nice.
I thought that it was that they were hooking up while they were married.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can't get behind that. I was like, I can't forgive you. Like,
it's like, Summer, come on, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, how gross that he was hooking up with Summer, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to go marry Winter.
But I suppose could have been just, like, a situational sort of thing, because Winter had decided to become a doctor, and she just naturally gravitated to that realm, and then inadvertently crossed paths, etc.
Yeah.
And so throughout the book as well, we have a couple of more interactions with Rob. He's kind of calling Summer in a
He kind of, like, keeps her, like, on the hook, like, always, a backup, like, kind of that, like, oh, there's always a chance kind of thing.
But she's, like, 100% not entirely for it, but it's also an underlying, like, I'm keeping an eye on you so you don't say anything to anybody ever sort of situation. Bit of a stalker kind of vibe.
He's like, oh, like, I saw you on TV, blah, 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 like, with the bull rider or whatever. And then Rhett is like, oh, some of these aren't televised, so he would have had to like look it up. Yeah, so like that's weird that he does that.
Yeah, he's keeping her on the line and keeping her sort of in check from afar. Also, it was funny that he has a number plate called Dr. Hart or something. And like
Dr. Hart, yeah.
that's just as pretentious as you can get.
Yeah, it's like, you piece of shit.
And obviously, all this whole big revelations comes towards a huge outburst at the end of the book, which we might save for later, but that is Summer in a nutshell. Rhett, in a nutshell, is just a really talented bull rider who's coming close to the end of his career, and obviously this PR stunt or whatever, or nightmare that he's created, all for some fucking milk. This is all because of some milk. It's just so out there, but it was so good. A lot of people are a little bit angry and disgruntled with him about it, but he wants to continue riding because, as I said earlier, he's entering sort of a post-career anxiety where bull riding is all that he knows, and despite his family not supporting him in that, it's still all he knows and what he's capable of doing. He's living with injuries and strains because it's such a harsh knock around on the body and everything.
Yeah, and I feel like they're both like people that, you know, they have these masks and they have these exteriors that they put out to the world, but no one really knows like the true them or whatever, but they see each other.
Yeah. For Rhett, he has a reputation of being promiscuous because of course he does. And obviously we learn that's not true. He just wants to be able to just work on his ranch in his downtime and just be around his family, despite them not being 100% on board with his career move. He's all for the ranch and all for his father and all for his family.
Yeah, and towards the end, like, he does say, he's like, oh, I don't know why I do this anymore, like, I should quit, blah, blah, blah.
You just meet the love of your life and then you just quit.
Knew that it was going to end the way it ended, like him kind of passing on the torch. I was like, oh, it's going to be like this big thing when he quits, like he's going to go out.
I thought there was going to be obviously 3 options. He either rides and wins, he doesn't ride, or he rides and he obviously gets seriously hurt. He's ridden into retirement almost.
Yeah.
But no, I love that because we've already seen that him get hurt with the bull through Summer's point of view as well. Like, we don't really need him to be hurt again, so it was nice that he was able to just realise what he has in the moment, and that he loves Summer, and that it's enough for him to move past this anxiety.
Yeah.
It was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's like a clean conclusion as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. And I really don't like the kind of tropes of, like forced, like injured into retirement. Because I feel like then you always have unresolved, like desires.
Yeah.
Just unresolved feelings because you're not going out on your own terms. So you're always going to have some sort of like resentment.
Yeah, you're going to have that chase again.
Yeah.
Or, not have that fulfillment, of finishing on your own terms. And, like, he, even in his chapters, has 2 golden buckles or whatever they are. And he's like, what really is a third? Even though, 3 is nicer than 2, but, like, what does it really mean for him? Yeah. And we also see him have this, like, mentor-protege relationship with another bull rider named Theo, bit of a father-esque figure as well. Yeah. And, like, we see them compete against each other, and they're up there, and obviously in that moment Theo wins because Rhett just doesn't ride. Yeah. Which is, again, like a safe... Like, there doesn't have to be as many stakes in these types of books as well. Like, he doesn't need to, like, die on us or anything. Yeah. But, it was just a nice handover as well. Yeah. So I guess that's Rhett in a nutshell.
And then, at the end, he is, I don't know, what is he doing, like coaching or something?
Like a coach.
Consulting? Yeah,
a coach amongst the circuit, which is a very safe career move. Yes. Because he has all the knowledge and the wisdom to just pass on to everybody else.
Yeah. And you know what? I respect that.
Yeah. And I like that too, because he could very well just live the ranch life for the rest of his life, but... No, he still has that passion for the bull riding and the bull riding community, and he wants to, embellish his wealth of knowledge and everything onto the up-and-comers, which is great. And I'm sure he would teach them to, like, look after their bodies. Yes. And then, conversely, Summer has, although she was fired in a joking sort of way, but yet serious.
Yeah, her dad had fired her.
She opened up the gym, like it's an athletics or athletes sort of gym.
For athletes, yeah.
But I'm sure anybody, like, I feel like it's a small town and who cares, you know?
Yeah. She's ends up being like a personal trainer there, so that's fun.
Yeah, clean conclusions. Everyone gets what they want in life and a little bit more. It was a bit of a slow burn as well, even though we know that these two characters are going to end up together.
Yeah, we knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. How'd you find the slow burn-esque nature of it?
I enjoyed it. I love, like, the angstiness of it, the longing, and I liked the dual point of view, so you could see how both of them were, like, kind of fighting against their feelings. You know, someone's like, I got to keep it professional, and he's like, oh, like, I don't want her to think it's a one-night stand. I loved when they kissed in front of Dr. Douchebag.
Yes.
And someone's like, this means nothing, and he's like, oh, okay, ha ha ha. And I really enjoyed the forced one bed because the heating in her room wasn't working. Because I hate the ones where it's like they book a room and it's like, oh, I asked for 2 beds, but there's only one. Because it's like, in any situation, I feel like you could go to the hotel, like the front desk, and be like, oh, we need another bed, and they'll bring you like a trundle or something. Like, there's always a solution. But like, because the heating's broken and it's like a small town, it's like, oh, okay. And then I love this is, you know, only for body warmth, you know, kind of trope.
And then we just get those longing moments of them kind of being in each other's personal space and just like the cuddling aspect of it all. Yeah, it was great. It was juicy. And yeah, with the one bed thing, because it's such a modern book, it's presented with like a modern issue. Like, of course the heater could definitely be broken and you would warrant to switch rooms. See, because Rhett always comments on winter being cold in the evening, and I thought it had something to do like with her heart. I thought she was going to get some sort of heart issues or something was going to happen to her. Because like when I think of her having cold feet and heart issues, I'm thinking circulation issues, and I feel like everything in that is connected. But no, luckily nothing happens to her in that sort of illness sense either, which was great. Ironically, just her father having a heart attack definitely runs in the family.
Yes. And then how there was that miscommunication of like Winter calls her after a few hours, but then her dad's like, no, it was me who told her to wait to call you, blah, blah, blah.
I think Summer thought that Winter did that out of like a spite thing because they never truly got on again because of the stepmom kind of wedging the relationship. And like it sucks because Summer really wanted to have a good sisterly bond with her, and like in a way she says that she still like loves her as a sister and everything. But it's heartbreaking that, like, Winter can't see the same thing. But then it's such a tricky situation because, in a way, that infidelity is the reason the family is so torn. And it's, I don't know, it's
but
so
it's like,
complicated.
I don't know why then, they, oh my God, what am I saying? They hold it against,
Summer? And
Summer, yeah. I was going to say, like, a weird name then, but I don't know why. Anyway, they hold it against Summer and not Kip. But I feel like that's always... I feel like in a lot of media and stuff, like the child is always held against the other people or like ostracized and stuff. It's never the person who did the infidelity, it's the product of the infidelity.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because, we never see how, what's her name, Marina, she like forces Summer out of the hospital room, but she's not, being an ass, so to speak, towards Kip. And like Kip even says to Summer, like he feels guilty like all the time about it, but it doesn't matter because she became of it, and you know he loves her so dearly. Yeah, and that's kind of it's a very tricky relationship dynamic to navigate.
Yeah,
and like morally, like it's very intense. Very deep for such, like an easy sort of reading book, but that's what I like about it.
Yeah, for a cowboy romance.
For a cowboy romance. We have deep relationship dynamics that are absolutely fucking cooked. Hey, but there's probably more cooked relationships to be read about in the next books, perhaps. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I hope that we see, like, we get little updates on...
Oh, yeah. The last thing you want is for the main or the first couple to be overriding, like, even the second lot of characters.
Yeah.
But, I feel like for the second book, Willa and Cade seem so far separated. It'd be interesting to see how they kind of organically come together, perhaps.
Yeah. And then because it is the, like, brothers, it's like, okay, well, they all live, like, on property together, so hopefully there's some, oh my god, what am I saying? There's some, reference to the other characters.
For sure, and I'm very interested in Violet's life as well, not necessarily being, like, off-branch and what she does. Curious to see how Winter goes with, like, her pregnancy and just her relationship with Rob moving forward. Maybe that might be brought up again, or we witness something.
I hope they get divorced.
Yeah, divorced.
Beheaded.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Survived. Oh, Six is coming back to Melbourne.
Oh, praise the Lord.
I'm pretty sure, so we have to see it.
Yes, we do.
I love that throughout country aesthetic and genre, we get this cowboy hat rule situation, and I really loved how that got brought up.
Oh, yeah, I liked that, yes. I like country rules. I like these cowboy rules.
Yeah, I feel like you learn a bit. I must have learned it off TikTok. Yeah, like never give a girl like kind of your hat unless there's something going on, etc. Like your girl, your hat, or your hat, your girl, whatever.
I feel like it's like when a guy gives you their hoodie and then you wear it, and so everyone knows that like you belong to that person.
It's a weird sort of possessive nature about it, but I'm sure it's all meant to be in good fun. But yeah. But in this case, in the context of this book, I think Summer wore Emmett's, which is an opposing bull rider's hat for a bit, because this is where they wanted to kind of like be friends or like seek other affections in a way. And
they were just making each other jealous without saying they were trying to make each other jealous.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously Rhett knows Emmett, and he feels that he's not a good fit for Summer. Emmett gives her the hat, she puts it on, and Rhett storms over and is like, she doesn't know the rules, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I liked as well, I liked that Summer was riding a mechanical bull and, like, she can ride.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, like, she's good at it, and I was like, yes!
Yeah, because I completely forgot about that, because, yeah, she said before she got sick she would grow up around riding horses, and she rode with Willa, and that's how they became friends. Yeah, I love that these books have characters that have similar interests, because, again, I bring it back to kind of like Icebreaker. You got a figure skater and a hockey player. Though skating is the common denominator, it's still two different respective things. Yeah. Or maybe it could just be in the same realm, or maybe I'm just trying to stretch things out that need to be overanalyzed. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, I love that, relative hobby similarities. And yeah, I love a good mechanical bull ride, and I think she did well. I don't remember.
She did well, yes.
How would you go on a mechanical bull?
I've been on a mechanical bull, and I'm, like, I don't know, average. I can't stay on for the full 8 seconds, but I'm alright. Like,
you can stay on there for a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess.
Fair enough. Alright, just a question. I've never been on one, and I don't plan on ever being on one.
They're fun, but I wouldn't do it for a living.
No. Oh, hell no. So, yeah, and then Rhett explains that, like, you wear the hat, you fuck the cowboy. He put it really bluntly like that.
Yeah, wear the hat, ride the cowboy.
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Oh, I always love the text threads, either between her and Willa, or even weirdly between her... No, it'd be...
Her and her dad.
Yeah, it's like, don't fuck the cowboy, or don't ride the cowboy, or have you ridden the cowboy yet? And it's like, we get it.
I liked it. Willa's like, ride him like a bucking bronco or something, and it's like, yes.
Yeah. I like those little puns and stuff, and they're good, but it's not overly saturated. Although, for the longest time, maybe even for the first half of the book, like every text thread that was essentially Kip and Summer, it was, don't let him get in your pants, don't get in his pants. And even between Summer and Willa, it's, have you fucked the cowboy yet, or are you going to? It's like, can we ignore this whole fucking thing? Like, we know these characters are gonna end up getting together. Like, this is not a foreshadowing if we know what's gonna happen. Like, can we stop bringing it up? It's that, only that aspect annoyed me, because it reminded me of Throttled.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want it to be a little bit more less vulgar than that, which ultimately it was, but it was just annoying. And I did enjoy that sort of creative structure of having the text threads in like the beginning, or at least for my Kindle it was the beginning of the chapters, to kind of break everything up and to progress the story.
Yeah, and I liked it's sort of like a little mini introduction into the chapter as well, like it's kind of sets the tone for what the chapter is going to be about.
Ooh, I didn't really think of it like that.
It's a good way to progress the plot without, like, having And then I went to the office and I saw my dad and we sat down and had this conversation. Like, it's just dun 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 dun, like straight away. It's really good.
Yeah. I think one of the last ones was from Summer and Kip was, are you coming to the Vegas race or something like that? Or going to a rodeo. And he said yes, but then he had a heart attack. And yeah, that progresses everything along. And then eventually Rhett and Summer hook up properly, which is great. We love that. The tension was brewing, the sexual tension, and they let it out. And then they just start fucking a lot, which of course it happens in these types of books. You do it once, you do it a million times onwards. How did you find this one? Because I know you can be very, I don't know, how do I say?
Picky. I did enjoy it. There are some things I just don't like cock and pussy because I feel like they're very masculine words, and I feel like it's very a masculine
You okay? Try again.
A very masculine.
Take a breath.
I feel like it throws off a very masculine energy, and they're just very masculine. Oh my god.
A very masculine.
Masculine vibes, and it just I feel like it makes it feel really rough, and apart from the I want you to ruin me, which is hot, please. Anyway, apart from that one instance, all the other time, it's really sweet, they're very gentle with each other, they have that bath together, blah blah blah. And I feel like sometimes you can still have the smut, just make it a little bit lighter.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think there was too much unbecoming sort of dirty talk or anything as well. I just didn't really appreciate Rhett's talking. They override the dirty talking, I feel like. They're the ones who are doing all the talking, and the ladies are always responding in these types of books. They're in control of that situation. And that just kind of annoys me. But yeah, I feel like it was tasteful to a degree. Again, the cock and pussy thing, I agree with you. I was a little weirded out when further on Rhett was eating Summer out. Well, Summer was sitting on his face while on a phone call to Rob. I'm like, hello? This is a little weird and strange.
It's funny. It's dominating. It's
I know. It was a dominating sort of power play, but Rob doesn't fucking know. So the joke
also,
is
I really enjoyed, of course, when Rhett is injured and he's all sore and stuff, and Summer's massaging him, and I love the injured trope. I love it.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting her to go that far into sort of rehabilitating him physically like that. But I suppose he is your client to a degree, your athlete. You pay him the big bucks. You want him to succeed.
Same. She was booking all his appointments and stuff for, rehab, etc., I guess you could call it. And I was thinking, it's you're just his agent, his PR representative. You think he'd have, a personal assistant for that kind of thing. But then also, he didn't want anyone to know, really, because the tour doctors would tell him that he couldn't ride.
Yeah, and again, that's all he knows, and he feels like he can still manage, which is very brave in itself. Yeah, I just loved the creams and the massaging and the taking care of each other as well. Yeah. So cute, so soft, so gentle. And then, of course, later on down the line, we have a bigger blow-up between Rhett and Summer.
Of course, I was going to say that there's always that thing at the end where there has to be a fight that gets resolved.
yeah. Summer's dad has a mini heart attack. She goes to the hospital. Lo and behold, Dr. Douchebag is there.
Yeah.
And that's when we find out Winter is married to him. And then Rhett just can't keep his mouth shut, and he confronts Rob about it all and pretty much exposes Summer's secret. And she really went off at Rhett about it because she trusted him with the secret as well. And it wasn't his place to say, despite him trying to protect her, and because Rob was saying nasty things towards her, and he was just trying to protect her, which is fair enough, but it's not your right to spew her dirty laundry, I guess. And so that was the blow up. And Summer felt in that moment that she can't really trust him, because if she can't trust him with a secret, then what can she trust him with?
Exactly.
But then, of course, it all gets resolved. They realise they love each other, and love conquers all, the end.
Yes. And I love how, because he keeps telling her, I love you, blah, blah. And then at the last rodeo, he looks for her in the crowd and he finds her.
Yeah.
And she like mouths "I love you," and he runs, like he gives up. He gets down off the fence to get onto the bull. And he just like runs through the stands and he runs to her.
Yeah, and they find
Yeah,
find each other.
Theo won, which was a great passing of the torch moment. And Theo's the new up and coming.
Yeah, he's like a Rhett Jr. almost.
Mm.
Maybe even with the promiscuity. Maybe not, I don't know.
Well, his book, I think he gets a book as well, so.
But yeah, and they're just kind of, like that moment when he finds someone in the crowd, it's almost giving Troy and Gabriella, you know, the Troy!
Troy! Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now.
Exactly, yeah. I pictured that moment. Oh, and they were both wearing white dresses, so that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Very simple, clean ending, like they just kind of have a smooch, and then it's epilogue time.
1 year later, he asks her to marry him. They fuck. It's great.
Yeah, well, they're realising, the love that they have for each other, and they're perfect for each other, and it's...
Yeah, and they've got their dream jobs. Sorry, I sent you a photo of how Alice is sleeping.
Yeah, I know, so cute. Our little assistant. Yeah. I love that.
Yes. How uncomfortable.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, and they're everything to each other. It's great. Again, mushy love declarations. We love it. Yeah, the end.
The end. Alright, shall we go to the stars that listen?
We shall go to the stars that listen.
This is a segment that we do at the end of the episode where we find a 5-star review and a 1-star review that we connect with or we want to fight with. And we start with the 1 stars because we like to end on a positive note. And I am going to live find my...
Well, she live finds...
I found one because I sent this to you. All right, I'm going to go first. Sorry.
Oh, all right, jeez, okay.
Oh, I have 2. All right, quote, "This outfit slays," unquote. "This book did not." And this is the one thing that like kind of took me out of it, where she's like, "Even though this outfit slays," and I was like, okay, please stop.
But it's like it's modern language. Like, this could have been set in 2023, and that's just the language, like...
Yeah. And then DNF couldn't get past the milk scandal.
Yeah, all this came about because of fucking milk.
From milk. Yeah, but like I think that's funny because celebrities are always getting cancelled over sometimes very small things. So
or they go against their endorsements. My 1-star review, it is pretty long and it's the only one that I have. All right. To all my book talk girlies who I trusted, y'all have failed me. The writing style from the author felt like I was reading an unedited Wattpad story by a 13-year-old. The characters were cringy, shallow, and annoying. I hated the alternating POV, especially in Rhett's POV. I already hate men to begin with, and I'm borderline gay. I did not read this. But what really solidified for me was his dumbass inner monologue about his lack of emotional intelligence and how he fucked his hand every chapter because of Summer's hot ass in her jeans or her cherry lips. Gross emoji, vomiting emoji. The characters had no chemistry. All they cared about was banging each other, and the author actually has no idea how to write. I'm so sorry. It actually baffles me how the Chestnut Spring series was multiple people's favourite series of the year. I'm concerned. I should probably read these things before I read them out loud to you, Kenzie.
Yeah, that one was harsh.
Yeah, that was rough. I mean, alrighty. Your turn, Kenzie. 5 stars.
5 stars. Alright, 2 seconds.
Oh, and we didn't search too hard to find these.
I never search too hard. I'm just busy picking up my skin, as usual. Okay, I have 2. You wear the hat, you ride the cowboy. 5 stars simply for the vibes.
Ooh, love that.
And then officially into cowboys now. Rhett can ruin me any day he wants.
There's been a natural progression on Book Talk. It started off as, like, I guess, serial killers, murderers. Then it's gone into, like, bikies. And then now it's cowboys. Yes. Or F1, bikies, and then cowboys. I love it. Alrighty. My 5 star. It's a huge paragraph. I don't know what to do and how to feel. I wouldn't say the romance is my top genre, but I really do love it. Just mostly in fantasy books. But this was amazing. Oh my god, I actually cried. That's how amazing it was. This book felt so much like home. It felt like I found a family from words on a page. I want more of Rhett and Summer. No, I don't want more. I need more. I need to know how their lives go on. This was such an amazing experience that I will cherish. I will look at this book on my shelf and think about the journey of reading this very book. Oh my god, I could talk about this book forever. There's just so many good/great things I can say about this book if anyone were to ask me about it. Yeah, they loved it, which was great. 5 stars.
That's cool. That's cool.
I agree
I like
to a
that.
degree.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Oh, all right, a little bit off topic real quick, but I sent you a TikTok that I saw on my For You page, and it was like this chick being like, it's funny how books are, I'm just reading words on a page and I'm hallucinating. Like, that truly scared and resonated with me right now as I was reading this book as well.
Some people, though, when they read, they don't hallucinate. They don't get the little movie in their head.
No, I know, and that's just so sad.
And
Is
I'm
it
like,
just like
no
darkness?
wonder some people don't like reading, because, yeah, you're just literally reading words. I'm in a movie.
Yeah, I'm in a movie right now.
Yeah, I'm in a cinematic experience.
Yeah, like Gone with the Wind style, apparently.
Yeah. Oh well, everyone, as usual, thank you all very much for listening. You can find us on socials, on Instagram at letterbox_book_club. From there, our link tree is in our link in the bio. Our link tree is in the bio.
Yeah.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
All right, Kenzie, can you say the word masculine one more time?
Masculine.
All right, good. You can say it. That's great.
I can say it again.
If you've made it this far, you know. So yeah, thanks for listening, and check us out next week for the second book in the Chestnut Springs series, which will it's Heartless. Yes. Look, we're going to be following along Cade and Willa's journey. It'd be very interesting to see how they come together and what
I feel like we should do all 6 of these, or 5.
There's 6.
Well, there's 5 and a novella.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
But we can break it up. I think we should break it up.
All right. We'll see how Heartless goes, because I don't want to be collided again. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll take it a book at a time.
All right.
But so far, I'm really keen and excited to learn about the rest of these characters.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks for listening, guys. Check us next week.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.